going 4 wide down into the hairpin and turn 1. Oh, we've got one of the Fishy Motorsports boys off out there. Was that Brett Warby by the look at that? We've got Jimmy Dalton here up into 3rd place with a great start. He's slotted himself up 2 spots and a beautiful, beautiful start from him. Adam Hughes behind him also up 2 spots. Stefan, absolute brilliant start. I'm not sure who, did you catch who that was from the Fishy Motorsports boys?
I didn't, but I did see that Harry Dodds has just had a spin in the background along with Jake Edwards there going through the S's, and Chris Island bogged down from the start again, same as last week. Unfortunately, there wasn't any crashes this week. It did look like it might have been all seem to be going around a bit here.
Peter Baxter's just left pit lane by the look of it in the, just about to leave pit lane in the safety car there by the look of it, guys.
It does look, yeah. I do believe we're under yellow here because all those guys did back up and back off there and not pass. Sorry, Braden Martin there while he was spun out, but it looked like, yeah, I could be wrong, but it looked like Chris Island had a bit of a bad start there again, and then Greg Barber overshot turn 1, something massive, which stacked up the pack a little bit and caused a bit of a melee and sort of just went on from there.
Yeah, so it was Michael Whiting on turn 1 on that hairpin. It was Michael Whiting that first went off, which I think started the chain reaction.
So the blue car on the inside is the one that's going to overshoot.
That's Greg Barber.
Greg Barber shoot the gap, which has sort of blocked everyone else up. We've got Dalton there who's made contact. It's yeah, so that with Greg going off there, it sort of just bottled them all up, and then from there the melee continues.
Yeah, because by that point everyone was trying to avoid it, weren't they? I think it put Michael Whiting off enough that he was kind of, he had nowhere to go. Instead of spinning, I think he just kind of went off to avoid it from locking up, right?
Yeah, and then I saw Harry Dodds having a moment here through the S's as well as the 4 wide going into that. That explains that.
Harry Dodds, yeah.
So it looks like Jake Edwards, Harry Dodds, Michael Whiting, and I think the other fishy car there in the green, Jamie Dyke, just took evasive action and decided to go straight to avoid going 4-way through there. So that's just a simple 4 doesn't fit into that corner at all.
Yeah, exactly right. It was definitely a square peg in a round hole, that was.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Greg I think he might have gotten, there was a lot of cars to his right-hand side. Do you think he might have missed his braking point, or missed his visual cue for his braking point? Maybe look at that.
Definitely, I think he might have been focusing. It could have been Michael who was alongside him and just trying to outbrake Michael a little bit. But Michael probably was on the threshold of his braking as well, as he only just made on his stretch. He would have only just made the corner. So I think he's just tried to outbrake Michael, and then looked up and seen that he was absolutely going to clean up Blake Delaney there, and decided to try and shoot the gap. So he did a good job of avoiding everyone and not causing someone's race to end. But very easy to do on turn 1 when you're trying to fight for positions, especially in a caliber of field like this. It's you got to fight for every position when you can.
Oh, massively. And we had out of that melee, we had 12 cars that got caught up in that melee, guys. So definitely a deserved safety car. So Peter Baxter's back out on track now in that very nice looking McLaren.
It does look like.
Thank you very much for the promo department, legendary. Thank you very much, and race control, legendary legends.
So just looking at the timing tail there, it does look like Jake Edwards has come off worse from having to come P27. Starting, I believe, at P12 or 11, so it looks like he's definitely come off the worst, and same with Harry Dodds and Christopher Island back there in 25th, 26th and 27, so not the way those boys probably would have wanted to start their race tonight.
So we've just got a DSL action replay of
Harry in the middle, Michael trying to hold it, and then and then Jake's just sort of an innocent victim in that. Does he avoid the wall? No. You get away with that. There won't be any resist.
In the wing. That would have done the damage, right? Damn it! Yeah, it definitely bent the wing, and we all know.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to SRW TV, coming at you live from the Daytona International Speedway for round 5 of the second season of the SRW Porsche Cup Series, the American Invasion this time around. As always, my name is Dano, and with me on comms tonight is Chef Toddy and Nathan Chibi Howard as our lovely producer, as always, giving us the incredible camera angles that he always does.
Much love, legends.
This is a track that has recently been updated on the iRacing service. Recently had a couple of corners adjusted, made a bit wider, made a bit tighter, and it should provide a lot of action, especially into turn 1. Toddy, what are we thinking tonight?
It's a hot track tonight, mate. It's a very, very hot track. So 39 degrees on track, and they've got a bit of a tailwind as well. So I think we might see some smashing times throughout this practice, and some. There's plenty of spaces to overtake here, and you'll see that we saw in previous on Tuesday. We saw that the draft around here is very, very strong. So it makes for some impressive driving tonight, I think. Impressive racing.
Yeah, this is a track where the draft is, I think, one of the most important things. You can see a lot of the boys that are within a team are going out together. I'd like to bring us on to the Crisscross boys at the moment. They've got a new livery, actually. They've got a new sponsor, Pullmaster Bayside, I believe. And they have got a beautiful new livery on their car. And what they're doing at the moment is all running in a train. And what that allows them to do is allows the guys behind to get the draft, but also not have their lap impeded and make sure that they get the quickest lap possible. And that's them right there going past on your screens.
That's great, all three of them. Oh, I can see triples.
It's such a nice new livery that they've got with the water almost effects going through. Fortunately, it makes it a little harder to differentiate the cars and who's driving them.
Oh, they've got different coloured wheels, Dano. So we got.
Have they?
Yeah, so gold. We got Kyle Zink there with the gold wheels.
But Jake Edwards also has the gold.
Oh. One of them's got green wheels. One's got white wheels. There we go.
It's Adam Hughes at the front of the pack, setting the pace for the boys. And he is currently in P6. Matthew Doust has gone pole with a 146.67, a very fast lap. And you can see that the draft is so crucial around here.
Oh, yeah, massively. You'll definitely see these guys, as you were saying, working together. And that's a very, very smart move. If these guys can work together in those pretty new liveries, they're going to definitely do well tonight.
Yeah, they certainly should.
Back there.
Here's Matty Douse on board as he comes through into, I believe this is the horseshoe.
We've had a bit of a moment from Craig Delaney and a few others, Benjamin Siren, and a few off tracks there in the back of the field there, it seems.
Just gonna get my track map up really quickly. Just bear with me a moment.
Oh, look at this camera angle, Dano. I love this banked corner, massive banked corners at Daytona, and the camera view from this gyro cam is just amazing. So cool.
This is a corner you've got to be careful on, Toddy. You've got to make sure that you're not drafting too much, and it's very crucial. We might actually see quite a bit of fuel saving around here, because you can also do quite a lot of fuel saving into the bus stop chicane. It's actually very easy to fuel save through there. This is actually a track that I learnt to fuel save on, so...
Really? Yeah, we did hear a few guys clutching it through the bus stop chicane on Tuesday night for the Radicals, so there's definitely a bit of fuel saving going on through there, so yeah. I think we saw a bit of it on Saturday night, but awesome to see, awesome to hear that you can do that, and we see how smart these guys are when they do work together. I'm sure they won't want to get separated from their teammates.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of working together here. It's so crucial, and it's just going to be really good racing. It always provides some exciting racing, and I'm very excited to see this get underway.
It'll be a killer night, I think. Do you think the pack will open up quite a bit? through that mid part of the race, or
it does tend to open up. There tends to be groups. So you have a drafting group here, a drafting group there, and the groups sort of split off and end up being not too far apart, but not close together by any means as well. So.
I see. Definitely.
Sorry, that's the
good one to watch.
So we've got two horseshoes. There's the first hairpin, which is the international horseshoe. And then you've got the dog leg, and then into the west horseshoe. Then you've got turn 6, and then all the way around turn 7 and 8, which is the banking. And you come into the bus stop chicane, which is 9 and 10, and then across, and 11 and 12, and across the line.
So we've got Blake Delaney here. He's just smashed. His last lap was a 146.15. So I reckon we'll see these guys break into the 145s pretty easily. It looks like it's on the cards already. These guys are only a couple of laps in, and they're just getting up to temp now, I'm sure.
Doesn't take too long for these cars to get up to temperature.
Yeah, it's a pretty hot track as well tonight. Yeah. True.
But yeah, you've got to be careful on that outlap because the tyres are so hot. That's a very good line there from Harry Dodds. Could have probably gone a little wider on exit, but he seems to have found a little bit of pace this evening, and we'll see what he can do. Of course, we've got that battle in the amateurs as well as the pro. We do kind of focus on the pro, but we do have to give it to the amateurs as well, who do put on a great show. We got Mitch Campbell, Ben Siren, and Tim Court currently battling for those top positions, and it's quite close between them actually.
There's only 1 second between the top AM guy and the top Mitch Campbell and top of AM and Blake Delaney in first in the pro. So pretty close. These guys in this AM have shown that they're actually pretty fast, and they've been really fast the last couple of weeks also in the last few rounds. Especially people like Ben Siren's been doing very, very well.
2/10 between Mitch Campbell and Ben Siren at the moment, so it's very, very close. We'll see what lap times these guys can do. As we see Harry Dodds getting very close to the wall, having to do a little bit of a correction, and here he comes through bus stop, braking at that number 2 and coming through. He goes into 4th, into 3rd to get the rotation, and out onto throttle. That's an almost perfect bus stop chicane, and he may have gained a little bit of time there. He's kind of been down throughout the whole lap. And we'll see what he can do now as he comes through turns 11 and 12.
Absolutely killed it on that exit, didn't he? He just got an absolute launch out of it.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of draft. Oh, he's going to go into the pits. And I don't think he got that stopped in time. So it's good to practice your pit entry. I do respect it. It's a good thing to be practicing. As this, I believe, is called in and out, is that corner. Because you turn in and then you go out to the banking, yeah.
And this is it's really, really cool, the banked tracks. And all that. I'm loving this American invasion. It really gives us a different sort of spice in the racing and different sort of tracks. So we get, anything from Daytona to the Laguna Secas of the world and those sort of things. So it's been very, very interesting so far. So make sure you guys jump on and you follow the rest of the season also in all our different guises and different series.
Yeah, we've got the Rallycross tomorrow night, and that is our free-to-join session, so you don't need to be signed up or anything. You guys can just rock up and join. I'm not sure where it is, but I might give it a go.
It's lots of fun, isn't it? It's Shibby's been doing racing. He's been racing the last couple of weeks. He got a 5th 2 weeks ago, which is very, very good. Had a bit of a rough one last week, though, didn't you, Shibs? Oh, okay. Very nice. Okay, so Chibi doing well. He's just sent over, the producer just telling me that he's predicting a 5th for this week again. So he's looking forward to this week's Rallycross, tomorrow's Rallycross. So jump in, guys. Make sure, even if you don't want to race, make sure you hit that notification bell on Sim Racing World TV, on YouTube, on Facebook, all our socials, on Twitch. Make sure you give us some love. Hit that notification bell so you keep up to date with everything, guys. And we have Blake Delaney now on track. He doesn't seem to be able to break this 146 mark, but it'll be very, very awesome to see if anybody can. Greg Barber's actually had some great laps as well, so he's very, very close to Blake Delaney there. So he's had some massive improvements. He must love this track. Jake Edwards there in third place, doing very, very well. There's hardly anything in it. There's another thousandth of a second.
Jeez. Yeah,
Or
Greg
hundredth of a
Barber and
second,
Jake Edwards have, got a thousandths between them and then a tenth to Blake Delaney in front of them. So this is a very close top three at the moment. It's going to be down to the draft. Behind them have got Matty Doust, Harry Dodds, Michael Whiting, Mitch Campbell, and Adam Hughes is all the way down in P15 overall at the moment with a 149. I take it back. He's gone pole by a whole tenth of a second. A 146 flat. We might even see them get into the 45s. Only 14 minutes gone here.
Yeah, plenty of time to do it. This last 10 minutes is always a push in quali as well, so we'll definitely see some faster times. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing this 45s break into the 45s.
It should be very, very good.
Oh, and then we got one of the Sinkovic boys at the back there, doing well. Just trying to use him to his advantage here, I think. He knows he's fast.
I think he certainly is. The draft is so important. That's sort of a perfect spot. You want to be just at that like 1 second gap, so you're getting the draft, but you're not too close that if they make a mistake, your lap is hindered. Now, Jake Edwards has set 2 purple sectors. I don't know if we can see him as he's about to cross the line. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do. What is it? It's a 146.151, and Michael Whiting does a 146.228. And that is a very, very close lap time between the two of them. Jake Edwards goes to P3. Michael Whiting goes to P4. Knocks Greg Barber down 2 positions. So he's going to have some definite improvements to do. I think he's going on a lap now.
Here we go. He's got some pace, this boy. So he's going to be one to watch, guys, especially in race as well, I think. Jake Edwards is a good racer, and he'll have his teammates around him as well. So I'm sure he'll use that to his advantage. Save a bit of gas, save a bit of tyres.
Oh, Greg Barber seemingly has joined Crisscross Racing. So he's now... that's why. Okay, so they've merged the two of them.
That's
why. So Greg Barber originally had that Pullmaster, Bayside livery, and they've joined with... Oh, that's a car going wide. That's
having a bit of a
moment off track. So, yeah, that's why we see these new liveries on the Porsche. It's because Greg Barber and Crisscross have come to an agreement and are now sporting a similar livery to each other. Wow, that was a lot harder to say than it should have been.
They look very, very cool. It's almost like they've amalgamated the two, haven't they? It's very, very cool. And they definitely stand out as a new livery as well. And light and bright, and especially on a nice sunny day like today.
Yeah, Greg's going to be asking his teammates for a tow, I think, because he's not really got anyone there. There's someone behind him. It's Matty Doust. You can see on the track map there. GB is Greg Barber, and behind him is MD, Matt Doust. And Matt is going to be using that draft to his advantage. But with Greg taking the high line, I think he's going to cut down. He's either going to go into the pits or he's going to go taking the draft. I think he's going into the pits.
Yeah. He's going to slow him down quite a bit.
Oh, but he's back on the power.
Yeah, he's back on the power.
Yeah, he's back on the power. That's interesting. He won't get as good of a run through the corner. He won't be up to max speed. So, interesting.
I wonder what the decision's there. Or maybe he's just giving it a nice lap and then push hard after this.
Yeah, maybe he's just going for a stroll.
Yeah, well, we're coming up we're into the last 10 minutes already here, so I think, coming into this last... Bloody hell, my maths is not working tonight, mate, my brain. Coming into this last...
12 or so minutes.
Yeah. We'll be pretty set to have some fast laps also.
A little lock up there from Dean Sinkovic.
Yeah, he handled it well. So he hasn't gone too wide on that exit. You don't want to get don't want to get any grass.
That was Steven Sinkovic on your screens, the 67. I do apologize, Dean. God, I've confused them more times than anything.
We should get them to have different coloured wheels, I reckon.
Yeah,
Make our
definitely.
lives easier.
Make something different. I've got a completely red livery, so it's very easy to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, going
Oh,
very
he's having
wide there. That's going to be a slowdown. It will maximize his speed through the banking, but that's not going to be too legal come race time.
No, definitely not. We got Greg Leakey and that beautiful red livery. That's always a bit of a crowd favourite. It's on this shiny red marble kind of livery.
It's
Very
the
cool.
Lightning McQueen car.
Yeah, his version of a Lightning McQueen car. Yep. TGR.
Team Greg Racing.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of a draft from, I think that's Dean in front of him. Dean Sinkovich. Tim Cornt's on a quick one. Oh, bit of a spin there. Getting on the power, a little bit too power hungry. And the car will spin round on you, so you got to be careful there. Tim Cornt has done a 1:46.9, I believe. A 1:47.09. So he has gone about 2/10 or 1.5 tenths quicker. But Dylan DeBono's just gone and done a 1:46.9. And just after him, Siren does a 1:46.87. So you can see how competitive it is in qualifying here at Daytona.
Wow. And the AMs are already into that means the AMs are now into the 46s as well.
And we'll be watching Adam Hughes as well. This is the Dylan DeBono's car now on your screens, the number 03. Quite a nice livery, the Velocity Sim Labs. I think it's Sim Labs.
Yeah, very, very cool livery actually. Bit of chrome on there.
Steven through.
Ooh, see, just slowed right down here, isn't he? He just wants to give us a nice look at his livery, but maybe he's just watching the stream going, oh yeah, nice.
I think it's just on a cooldown lap.
Yeah.
Just taking it easy. But he's got to be careful. There's a car behind him, and he's got to stay out of the way. That's the 11 car of Jake Edwards.
And he'll be pushing hard, I'm sure, too. So he stayed out of the way there nicely. He's giving Jake Edwards the space, so nicely done. We've got Kyle Zeke now. He's having some great laps. He's in the 46s as well. So
oh, and the car's gone around. Is he going to be able to keep it on the track? He's got to get out of the way because that's a dangerous position to be. But he's managed to save it. So that's a good practice save, I suppose. As we can see, this is Crisscross Racing all lining up on the back. You can see Jake Edwards just taking to the grass. And he is going to be punching a hole in the air for his teammate behind, I think.
Try and get him a bit faster up there. Get Greg Barber back on the back of him.
Yeah, we might even see a Monza type situation where everyone's looking for that draft, but hopefully not. Hopefully it is nice and fair towards the line. Here is Jake Edwards going along with, not sure who that is. Oh, Callan Hodgkinson, sorry, the 28 car. Teammates right on the back of him, Callan. Don't make a mistake there. If you lock up, you're going to ruin Jake's lap. And Jake takes a very nice line through turn one.
These guys are getting really quick. I really want to see these guys break into the 45s. I really want to see it. In this last 4 minutes, so this is definitely when it's going to happen.
Oh, very wide from Jake Edwards. That is not the lap that he would have wanted. He's going to have to reset and go again, I think. It's almost a 2-minute lap time, so you've got to be quite onto it here.
Yeah, and there's little mistakes because of the long straights and the bank corners. You can really, really be detrimental to your lap times, can't it?
Yeah, it certainly can.
It's pretty flat out here. It's nice surfaces. You were saying earlier, you were telling me about they took the sausage curbs away from...
There were sausage curbs on the bus stop chicane, and they'd just implemented that before the 24 hours of Daytona, which iRacing was running. And everyone just... There was a complete outrage because Daniel Morad, one of the guys who actually ran in the 24 hours of Daytona in real life, was showing how the pictures at the track that there was not actually any sausage curbs in that severity. So they ended up removing them, and very, very thankful for that because they were a nightmare to maneuver.
Oh, yeah, they would have been. It just launched the car, right?
Yeah, it was quite ridiculous.
We've got a few comments in the Facebook. Mitch Campbell saying, thanks, lads. Big thumbs up. And Greg Johnston saying, good to see Greg Leak back on track for Team Greg Racing.
Well, where's Mr. Johnston? Because he's also in Team Greg, and we'd love to be seeing him out on track as well.
I'm bored on that banking with Harry Dodds at the moment. Great shot. I'm loving that camera working that gyro okay when it's coming around that corner.
We've had Kylie on YouTube say, go fishy boys, so got some fishy support. And that fishy smell that we know all too well.
Yep.
It's not too prominent this evening. I think it's more of a crisscross smell that I'm smelling. But I suppose that top 5 is 3 crisscross and 2 fishy, so it's very, very close.
Piranhas are still out.
Well, they certainly are.
Oh, back into the pits for Harry Dodds. I think he's might be calling that a day. But look at that. We've got under a minute left of quali here, guys.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a couple of more boys on a lap. This is Kyle Zink, who are watching the 9.5 Sim Sport car.
992.
Coming through the West Horseshoe. Does he get it rotated round enough? He does. Beautifully done. And it's a pretty good exit as well as he comes into turn number 7 in and out. Or turn number 6, sorry, in and out. And then onto the banking for 7 and 8.
Kyle Zink is going to be able to better this lap time, you reckon, on this last lap?
I don't think he'll be able to without the draft. You've really got to have a draft to set a competitive lap in an open qualifying format. He's got Greg Leak in front of him, but wanting him to get out of the way as he comes into the bus stop, braking at the 2 marker, 4th gear, 3rd gear, get the rotations around. He's taken it quite well, maybe a little bit too much on the inside.
It's a nice exit anyway.
It seems like he's continuing. He's gone high and then he's going to cut low, I think, and try and maximize the speed through the corner.
Definitely getting some draft there from Leaky up the front, so it's good.
He won't get across the line for another lap. What is he going to do as he crosses the line? It's a 147.153, so no improvement from Kyle Zink. Who else have we got behind? We've got Blake Delaney, who's come across the line. No improvement from him. Jeremy Bush as well has done no improvement. So it looks like Adam Hughes is going to take pole here at Daytona.
And we got on board here with on camera with Dean Sinkovich here. Let's see what sort of lap time he can do and wrap it up for tonight. See if he's been a bit quicker, but it doesn't seem like he's had any quicker splits there, so he might be a bit out of luck. He might be just sitting with that 148.24 as his fastest lap for this now.
Yeah, I think it will be done a 149.7, so no quicker for Dean Sinkovich. His brother Stephen is going to come across the line as well. And that will do us for quali. We've got a special treat here this evening. We've got both of the boys from Race Control. They're going to give us the race briefing as they go through it with the drivers. So I'll let them take it away.
All yours, Ryan.
Is he talking in Discord?
Sorry.
It's not. There we go.
Sweet. All right. Welcome to your SRW Daytona International Speedway here at the road course. Ahead of you tonight, you'll have your 35-lap race with your 1 fast repair and unlimited sets of tyres. Covering race control here tonight is myself, Ryan, and in the safety car here tonight is Peter Baxter. Requesting to tow is mandatory. This will bring out the safety car. In the event of a safety car, race control will call safety car, safety car, safety car, and there is no overtaking. Pete will take over the communications from there. In the event of a safety car, wave rounds will only be given on the oval section, so be prepared for the wave runs then. After the race is complete, voice chat will be muted, the podium is free to do burnouts, and the remaining drivers must return to the pit lane. So that is your briefing here tonight, heading into your 35 lap race. So take it easy into turn 1. Good luck and have fun.
Thank you to Ryan for that. We'll take you through the grid now. Adam Hughes goes pole with a 1:46.051. A very quick lap time from him. Just under a 10th behind is the Fishy Motorsports driver of Blake Delaney, our championship leader at the moment, followed by Jake Edwards, who is at exactly a 10th behind Adam Hughes. Very, very close between those two. Michael Whiting behind him, Greg Barber, Harry Dodds, Matty Doust, Kyle Zink. And that's your pro grid for this evening. And then we've got Dylan DeBono, Ben Siren, Tim Cornt as your top 3 in the amateurs. Mitch Campbell is P4 in the amateurs. We've got Troy Dooley, Dean Sinkovich, Jeremy Bush, Colin Hodgkinson, Greg Leake. Mick Wilson is in the pros category. He's not been able to set the most competitive lap time for a pro. And Stephen Sinkovich and George Minus. Sorry, that's no hate to Mick. Just pointing out what I was seeing. Sorry, Mick. So starting on the banking, I hope it's not a standing start, and I hope this has been changed, because if this is a standing start, we are going to have a problem.
Yeah, we saw a bit of that on the start of the Radicals on Tuesday, so that was very interesting. Because the banking left rear kind of lit up and sent another car into another car, so hopefully we don't see that tonight.
Yeah, I certainly hope so, because this is going to be a bunch of chaos if it ends up being like this. This is standing start. We're getting ready to go green, and we are green here. Look at that. Chaos! Oh. Chaos! This is why I said we should not have had a green on a banking. You can't have a standing start on a bank. And there is a safety car out. Matt Doust going into the pits. Oh, he's coming out of the pits. So we do have a safety car on lap 1. I think they should have done that originally. So I think that may have been an oversight that has gone under the radar that wasn't really thought about. But we should get the racing underway.
DSL action replay here? Do DSL welding services action replay here, guys? So we're here with Greg Leake. I think it was 2 of the Crisscross boys that seemed to... It's a great view. Here we go on the banking. Oh yeah, it was one of the Crisscross boys, it seemed. That's really taken the rest of them with it. Helen Hodgkinson trying to stay out of the trouble there.
It looked like Adam also got a horrible start. I think he'll be fuming with that. He's not done too badly. He's down in P4. Jake Edwards has taken the lead. And Blake Delaney also got a bit ruined. But that was probably not what everyone would have wanted on lap 1. Here's the DSL loading action replay from Michael Whiting here. You can see Adam Hughes got just such bad wheel spin. And Greg Barber as well. There was just chaos throughout the field. And that'll be a lot of people's fast repair already taken, I think.
Yeah, it's going to definitely throw the cat amongst the pigeons now. Once people have had to use their fast repair so early in the race, it's really going to definitely throw the strat out the window, and you'll definitely have some of these guys with their spotters trying to come up with a scrambling now or they might just have a plan B that is switching to now.
Yeah, you can only hope that they've got a plan B, because you certainly don't want to be going into it with just one.
Yeah, no, 100%. And make sure you got a good spotter. Very hot track tonight here, guys, as well. So with these safety cars, these guys will be able to save a little bit of tyres. The guys that survived the melee at the start. Safety car seems to be out. Yep. He is, yep. Peter Baxter is out of the pits. He's left the pits. So we do have to have a safety car. It'll be very interesting to see how this all bunches up. Helen Hodgkinson there, and number 1 in the Pro-Ams at the moment now. Managing to stay out of it a little bit at least. Damage there. No on the front. He did clip the wall on the inside there. He kind of had nowhere to go, didn't he? Don't know.
Yeah, it's the problem with starting on a bank. You need to be doing a rolling start because you just can't get a jump off the line because the banking just loses you traction. So there was nowhere for a lot of these drivers to go other than the wall or right into the back of another driver. So you can see quite a few of them are going to be limping to the pits at the moment. Jake Edwards got pretty cleanly away, was able to miss Adam Hughes. I think Adam didn't actually get hit. I think he just got a really bad start, so I think he'll be okay as well.
I think it's just everybody trying to avoid it and just getting caught up in it, unfortunately. A bit of bad luck, and that has split the teammates apart there as well, so they're not going to be able to effectively use each other's draft as much as they would have been doing. And Jaco Edwards out the front there, just hopefully can his teammate hopefully can then jump onto the back of him and get some tow as well, but he's going to have to get past these two Fishy Motorsports guys first.
I'm not sure what's going on with our standings there. There we go, it's fixed. Oh, that was a mixed overall standings that you just saw on your screens there. I'm not sure how to read it though, because we had Callan Hodgkinson at the front when Jake Edwards is leading the field, so...
Number one.
Yeah, I think something's possibly gone wrong there. Callan Hodgkinson, clearly not the number one driver in the amateurs. He's behind quite a few of the other boys, so not sure what's going on there.
Yeah. I'm just having a bit of a timing tower hassles, but that's all good, guys. We can see who's on track. We're under safety car conditions at the moment as well, so we'll just once the pack gets going again, we'll be able to. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
So the safety car's coming in, I believe. So just having that one safety car lap.
Yeah, it's looking like there's a couple of beaten up cars in that pack now, so it's definitely going to slow some people down.
So safety car is in the pit lane. It is down to Jake Edwards to start the race. He's going to want to go as late as possible.
Try and bunch that field up and then just try and get a quick run on them, yeah?
You want to go as late as possible to minimize...
the
draft.
Yeah. Here we go, coming in down into turn one here, guys. After the restart, after our very early safety car, with a bit of bad luck for a couple of people, with the bank starting on a standing start. So very, very interesting. Blake Delaney, great camera work here with the back fin. Looking over the back of these three guys, these guys having an absolute battle.
Dylan DeBono has overtaken Adam Hughes in the background there. I don't know if any of you guys caught that. That's the 03 car. He's now in front of the 1 car. So Dylan DeBono is screaming through the pack of pros as an amateur. So we might be seeing some incredible driving.
Yeah, he's already up 5 spots. Tim Corn and Troy Dooley are up 5 and 6 respectively as well. So these guys are really on a hunt and really on a push now.
Yeah, Adam's going to have to get a move on. We've got the standings as well here, so you'll know how the championship stands. I'm sure that Adam is going to be wanting to see that very, very... sorry, let me start that again. He's going to be happy to see Jake Edwards at the front, because he is currently... he's 38 points behind Blake Delaney, Adam Hughes is, so... He's going to want to get as far possible up the field as he can. And in the pro class, he's 30 points and 38 in the overall. So very, very close between them. And Ben Siren's also 30 points above Tim Corn in the amateurs. And he is only 12 points behind Michael Whiting in the overall standings. So very close championship standings. Here's Greg Barber using the draft of Mitch Campbell, trying to get around the outside. He's got a little bit of damage on that front right. Is he going to be able to get a move done? No, he's going to lift and coast through the corner, probably put the clutch in, and you can see how much extra speed he's got through the corner, having to lift off the throttle. Is he going to be able to make the move into the International Horseshoe? No.
No, he's not. And there is plenty of
Patient
space to pass on this track as well. So we should see some quite ballsy moves, I think, towards the end of this race.
Yeah, it's very patient driving by Greg Barber. He's got Mitch Campbell in front of him, and he's not really battling Mitch. Mitch is battling Tim Court and Dylan DeBono, and he's going to be battling Kyle Zink, who's actually in front there. And Matt Doust, who we saw do very, very well, he's down behind Jeremy Bush. So all mixed down the order in terms of class standings, and very interesting take on these positions.
We see some definitely some moves. These guys are still bunched up quite a bit, which is nice to see. But as you were saying earlier, hey, you get these little battle packs that, you know, you got those 3 up the top there, and then you got a battle pack of 2. And then it's a bit of a gap, and then there's another battle pack of 2. But, you know, it's definitely coming into the bus stop chicane, etc., etc. You have to brake pretty hard. So once it does definitely bunch up the field, especially turn 1 also. So
here's Dylan DeBono using that draft. He's going to the inside on Michael Whiting. Is he going to be able to make the move? This is for overall P3. Is he making the move? He's on the inside through turn 1. Michael Whiting's going to let him have it. May have had a little bit of contact with the wall, but that is job done from Dylan DeBono. So a lot of speed from the amateur driver here.
Wow, up into 3rd position on the podium. 6 spots. Whoa, massive crash. Is that Callan Hodgkinson and Greg Blake, was it?
Yeah, it is. Callan, get on your brakes, mate. That was crazy. And I think we might have a safety car called again.
I'll get a slow-mo of the DSL action replay.
I do believe it is a safety. car.
That is one banged-up car. Wow.
Of course, a big thank you to our sponsors, Promo Department, DSL Welding Services, and Dragonrc. And here is that DSL Welding action replay. Yeah, Callan came down, but Greg also went up. So I think that's going to be classified as a racing incident. Both trying to take as wide of a line through the corner to maximize their entry, and just weren't able to do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Greg could quite see him there. Might have been right in his blind spot there a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of seems like he was in that blind spot. Wouldn't have been able to see out the right, and probably wouldn't have been able to see it in the mirror either. So just an unfortunate incident there. It's a big one, though. Very, very big one.
And Callan Hodgkinson, I think, has already used his fast repair up, I think, after that start. So possibly. So it might be... This might be terminal for Callan Hodgkinson, but we hope it's not.
Doesn't look like we've had a safety car, and Michael Whiting is now attacking Dylan DeBono up the front. He's got Adam Hughes on his tail, though. Adam has finally caught up to this front pack, but he's got quite a bit of work to do if he wants to get in front.
Oh, and Matty Douse, it seems Matty Douse has just made a move on Kyle Zink. A bit further up the pack there, a bit further down the pack, I should say. So that's the second battle pack, I suppose, that we could call it, behind this bunch as well, which is pretty cool. Well, we definitely see Adam Hughes on the push now, up into 5th, absolutely owning this. He's got some pace back in this car after his bit of a rubbish start, but he's definitely on the push here. He wants to get up to his teammate, I'm sure. That's all. He's got his eyes beaded on the back of Jake Edwards right now, and he wants to get past all these boys, and then they can start really dominating.
Michael and Adam could just be playing the long game here. So I think they might just be lifting, coasting, clutching through the corners and saving some fuel. I think that's probably the idea, because Dylan is really pushing. And there's Greg Barber wanting to make that move on Mitch Campbell. He's going to try for the outside of the exit of turn number 8. They come into 9 and 10. Not able to do it. There it is, that clutch in. Braking at the number 2, probably braking a little later since he was off on the clutch. As the car off in front, and it's a car in the wall. I think it's Jake Edwards.
Is it? Wow. It is Jake Edwards. It is Jake Edwards. Wow, I didn't see that coming at all.
The race leader put it in the wall. That is a lot of damage to the front end. As here goes Greg Barber. He's going to draft right to the back of him. Goes to the inside, down the front straight. He's going to have the banking to help him just a little bit into turn 1. Does he finally get the move done? It looks like he does. And now he can really turn on the afterburners and start attacking Kyle Zink and the cars in front and get those positions back.
Yeah, pedal to the metal now, boys. Now the game's on. Adam Hughes is taking it for Chris Cross racing to the front again now. So Dylan DeBono having a bit of a moment. And who is that? Matty Dowse just avoiding that bit of a ruckus there. So Greg Barber just on the pushback again now. He's down in 8th at the moment overall, but 6th in the pro at the moment. Having a great little race. A bit of front splitter damage all around on a few of those cars there. So it doesn't seem to be slowing him down though much, does it, Dino?
No, it certainly doesn't. Dylan DeBono is currently up in 2nd, apparently, in the amateur class. Not too sure if there's possibly a glitch because he was right up the front. Has he had an incident with Jake Edwards maybe that's dropped him down the order?
I think he's just had a bit of a moment, hey? I think he's just...
he's
Adam
been
Hughes has
overtaken
done
there,
the pass
but I
on him.
think he's had to go wide.
Oh, Hughes is still in the hunt. Oh no,
Well,
sorry,
Hughes is
that's Greg
to
Barber.
P3. It's currently a fishy 1-2. As
Whoa.
here goes Greg Barber to the inside. Then Dylan DeBono also goes to the inside. They're going to be 2 wide, 2 rows back. How is this going to play out into turn 1? This is how crucial that draft is.
That's a massive train, isn't it? Look how fast they're catching Matty Dowse up ahead. That is craziness.
Greg Barber squeezing up the inside. The number 22 car gets it done on Kyle Zink. Kyle left the door open and it was capitalized by Greg.
What a move. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Nice clean pass there. Oh, and he's taking Dylan DeBono. He's going to be able to make this move work. Come on, son. No, he's going to slot back in. No, he's still in the fight here. Is he going to be able to take him? No, he's not. He's definitely going to use this draft down the straight there. We might see him try and make a move. Ooh, on the inside, he's going to get the exit. A beautiful move there by Greg Barber. Now he's on the hunt of Matty Dowse. What a beautiful move, eh? No.
That was very smart driving from Greg Barber. He can now push and try and catch Matty Dowse. He's just got to be careful now because he's out of the draft from Matty Dowse and he's well within the draft of Kyle Zink and Harry Dodds behind and Dylan DeBono as well. So very, very close between these guys. Harry Dodds got that rear end and front end damage. He's going to have to take that fast repair. That car is looking horrible.
Oh yes, he's definitely in trouble there. It's definitely slowing him down by the look of it as well. We've just had some comments from Peter Morris there. He's loving the broadcast team. Said the stream looks great on his 65-inch TV. Legend. And can you please give Cosmo a shout out? Big shout out for Cosmo. Much love.
And here's Harry Dodds getting that bump draft, trying to squeeze onto the inside. Maybe a little bit of contact between him and the 952 car. Just having to pull out of the move. Harry Dodds having a look at that move on, I think that's Mitch Campbell, not Kyle Zink just yet.
But he's definitely next in the pecking order if we can take this slightly damaged Porsche past these guys. But it remains to be seen. But he's still got some pace behind these guys, and he's definitely benefiting from this little bit of a battle pack and this train that's going on here.
Yeah, again, there is a lot of strategy that goes on in these races within the cars. So, you know, sitting in that mid-pack could just be a matter of fuel saving because you can't, you know, you don't want to get involved in the battle pack ahead. You know, you could foresee maybe an incident or something, capitalize on that, then still be able to take a late pit stop as we see Kyle Zink going quite deep into in and out turn 6 onto the banking of turn 7.
You reckon he's just trying to pile on a bit of pressure to Dylan there? Just let him know he's there?
Yeah, just trying to make sure that he's aware that he's there, make sure that he knows that, you know, you leave the door open, I will take advantage of it. We'll listen now and see if he makes that move, but Callum Hodgkinson has had a spin at turn 1.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him. He's after that start. Maybe the car's still not bit.
Adam Hughes has been black flagged for an incident with car number 3.
Wow, way.
So that is Dylan DeBono that was a little bit of contact, I think, and he got black flagged, so that's going to be a drive-through penalty. We'll have a look at what happened between Adam and Dylan. He went up the inside trying to have a look. Oh, and that's what happened to Dylan DeBono. So Dylan started turning in. Adam sort of locked up and couldn't do anything about it, really.
Didn't really have anywhere to go, did he, Dano?
No, there was not much he could have done.
It seemed like might have been a bit of netcode there as well, because the cars kind of jammed together pretty convincingly. But who knows?
Well, if it was convincingly, then we wouldn't have seen any netcode. Netcode's when there is no contact between the cars and they just sort of go flying. Matty Doust having a look at Tim Cornt up the inside, makes the move, and that's a position gain. He is pulling a gap from Greg Barber behind him. Greg does have a damaged car, slightly damaged car, so he's defending from Kyle Zink, Dylan DeBono, a couple of the amateur boys as well, and that's a great move from Matty Doust in the end.
Yeah, and he had a bit of a wobble on at the end after that move on the exit of that corner. But it was only a very slight little wobble, but it was might have been a little bit of excitement of like, yes, that was a beautiful move. You know, you get a bit of a buzz when you make a beautiful move, and he might have just had a slight, just a little bit of a moment, but he did keep it, so it was only very small. We see these guys. Michael Whiting on board. Michael Whiting, what a beautiful, beautiful move here.
And here's Adam Hughes. He's going to try and make that move before he has to jump into the pits. He's got to go now. And in he goes. So it's a fishy 1-2 as it stands. And now they've got a pretty substantial lead going into the rest of the race. So it's going to be pretty smooth sailing, I reckon, for these two. Just going to drive it nice and clean home.
Yeah, they're gonna just under 6 second lead now, guys. So I know they've just gone over a 6 second gap now. So very good. These guys will just power on and just help each other out, won't they?
Yeah, certainly will. Adam Hughes got such a big hold up because of that incident that he had with Dylan DeBono. Now taking that drive-through penalty, just way back on the field now, and Kyle Zink has got front damage. I'm not sure if that was there before, so Mitch Campbell has overtaken him. A little bit of a lock-up from those two as well. No, I think it was Dylan DeBono actually locking up into the West Horseshoe. Turn number 5.
Yeah. And these guys might have just made the switch here because he's got a bit of damage. He's just made the switch here, tow him along a bit. He's definitely got a bit more of a chance with Mitch Campbell's car looking a lot more in tip-top shape than what Kyle Zink's car does at the moment. So
yeah, I think Kyle's just focused on damage limitation at the moment. Here is Greg Barber having a look at Tim Cornt. Tim Cornt got the move back done on Greg, so Greg has got to make the move. He looks like he got a better exit off of the bus stop chicane through turn 10, through turn 11 now. The banking, he's going to go up high, and what he's going to then do is cut down and try and get that run. So there it is, he cuts down, and he'll have just that little bit more speed. The draft helps as well. He pulls to the inside, and he should have the move done and dusted.
Oh, some beautiful camera work there as well.
Tim Cornt, I'm not sure if you guys would have heard that, picked that up on stream, but he was clutching in at the finish line, so really letting Greg Barber go there, and that is Steven Sinkovich in the wall into turn 1.
Oh, see what's happened to Mr. Sinkovich there. He just might have just locked up on the brakes there and just sent it out a bit further. We'll just go to a DSL Welding Services action replay.
Looked like it would have been a rear lockup the way that he crashed. He had Matthew Dowse on his inside. Yep, there he goes. The rear just went round on him. So, yep, and... Oh, kept it out the wall, I think. Quite well done there.
Work. Well saved.
And here's Jake Edwards having a look at Troy Dooley up the inside. Troy just says, go on, mate. You know you're quicker than me. Just have the position.
Yeah. Just have it, buddy. You're good. You're good. Especially with these AM drivers. Even with our AM drivers, we've seen a lot of pace. So these guys are doing very, very well. Benjamin Siren's actually, unfortunately, dropped down quite a few spots there.
Yeah, maybe just not his track this evening.
Just not feeling the groove tonight. He has had some great rounds, so we'll see how he goes as well. Troy Dooley, Mitch Campbell with a moment there, and he was the one with the undamaged car with Kyle Zink, who's towing Kyle Zink around. But it seems that he's just locked it up a bit late under brakes, maybe, Dano.
Looks like he may have just gone a bit too hot into the bus stop chicane, and the car's just not had the turn in, and he's maybe just gone round, maybe a bit too much power. Here's Tim Court with Dylan DeBono on his tail. Greg Barber is now right on the back of Matty Doust as well. Is Dylan going to make the move up the inside? This is for the lead of the amateur class.
Absolutely brilliant. Great racing from these two. And overall, they're
going for it up the inside. Is he going to be able to make the move? It is very, very close between the two drivers.
Oh, is he going to make it? He's definitely going to try this a couple more times.
Got it done. He has got it done. That's a very good move from Dylan DeBono.
He's definitely got some serious pace tonight, sitting in that 5th position. He did make it up to, he made it up to 2nd earlier, didn't he? He's dropped back down a little bit with that little bit of an early moment, but he is already up 4 positions from where he started, along with Tim Court in this battle here. Tim Court's up 5 positions from where he started also, so very, very well done. So, Tim Court in the Locked On Lads racing car. There, he's still keeping the pressure on here to Dylan DeBono, isn't he? He's definitely keeping this pressure on. He's definitely not going to let this guy get away, and you definitely don't want to let him get away, because if he gets away, he's in some pretty dead air if he lets Tim Court get away. Oh, Tim Court lets Dylan get away, sorry. Apologies. Okay. So I'll just, Jimmy was just telling us about the AMs. So those AMs is actually, those intervals, those gaps, and those intervals in those gaps is what they're gaps in their class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to clarify, guys. Yeah, and the gain is in AM and Pro in their actual class also. Just to clarify, guys. So, Adam Hughes, after serving his penalty there, is back on track. He's up into 7th place now, down 6 positions from his 1st place starting on the grid. He managed to not damage that car too much on the start, so he still managed to do a few laps.
He's got away pretty well. I mean, not off the line, but he's got away pretty well with an undamaged car. And sitting in P5 now, he's got to catch Greg Barber. He's got an 8.5 second gap to gain. So a big job for Adam Hughes if he wants to make sure that that gap to Blake Delaney doesn't get too much bigger.
Most definitely. This is pretty imperative to his race right now. He needs to catch these boys and stay with these boys and start passing some. Because without that, he's going to have a pretty hard night the rest of the night, I think. Tim Court with a lovely little runs. Just keeping the pressure on here. And Harry Dodds is down.
Harry Dodds is side by side. That is with the 152 car of Mick Wilson. So 1520 Motorsport, they're just using the side draft there, braking at the number 2 marker. Harry Dodds gets through. He's got a nice new clean car. and he will be pushing through the field to get back up to Jake Edwards. He's got an almost 10-second gap to gain, so you can see just what I mean by the fact that they split. Now, they're not too far apart, but there are little fields that have formed for the draft. So it is quicker to go around here with a draft partner, that's for sure. And the bump draft is also something that you want.
What are these Porsches like with bump drafting? They handle it all right, etc., etc. It's we haven't really seen much bump drafting yet, have we?
No, we haven't actually, but it is very, very useful at a track like this. I think the reason we haven't seen it is because Blake and Michael are just sitting in each other's draft, sort of just trail braking, and you can hear right there,
Yeah, straight
clutch in so early, braking at that one marker, letting the clutch back in. So, you know, they're braking so late, lifting off so early, that they're just sort of cruising.
Yeah, it's saving heaps of gas in the process, right? That's what you were talking to me about earlier before we went live. Just that actual fact about how much gas they can actually save because of the clutch in. And I think that's the earliest we've seen anybody clutch in, and clutch in along this banked wall as well. Trying to keep it off the wall, but he's clutching right here too. Wow, that's massive. He's definitely playing the long game, isn't he? Blake's no stranger to these races, is he?
Yeah, Blake, you can hear there, is also clutching into the International Horseshoe. That's turn 3. So he's really pulling the fuel save. Now, we know he does like to do this. We've seen it week in, week out. Last week, we obviously saw him doing it a lot as well. So, is it going to be making too much of a difference?
How much gas he can actually save through it, because he's saving quite a bit there. Have a look at that.
Yeah, he's certainly going to be saving quite a lot. That's for sure.
It's got a DSL action replay here, guys. Matty Dowse having a bit of a moment.
Oh, and then collected Greg, who probably didn't want damage to that car.
Sure, he wouldn't favour it, but he seems to have come out of it unscathed a little bit. But no, it's really it's bundled up his front a little bit.
Greg Barber, I think, has wheel damage. He's going to have to come into the pits, make an early pit stop. We are almost at the halfway point here in this race. So I think that's not going to be too bad for Greg Barber. The only problem is, does he have his fast repair?
This is a very good point after that start as well. May have already been used up. So, whoo.
Dylan DeBono on the inside got on the apron just a little bit there. Car got a little squirrely. And Greg Barber holding that high line, just letting the cars through. He's going to have to go into the pits, though. Does he? That's the real question. Does he go into the pits?
For another little bit.
I don't think you'd want to. You'd lose too much time. I think he is going into the pits, but it is around the pit stop time, so it's not going to be too effective. But, you know, these boys fuel saving so much that... Oh, Jeremy Bush, big lock up in the background. He's going into the wall.
Oof. Oh, Dylan DeBono. Everyone's pitted and he's up into that number 1 spot in the AMS. He's absolutely killing it up here, guys, and he's in 3rd on the grid in the complete race. So very, very, very impressive from him.
Yeah, P3 for him.
Yeah, so he actually got caught up with Adam Hughes earlier, and he's kind of caught back from it. He's kept this position, very, very consistent laps. He's sitting in those 47s and 46s pretty comfortably. So he's putting some confident laps in now that he's got those wheels underneath him properly.
Yeah, he's George Minus at the sitting P8 actually in the amateur series, so doing a bit better than he usually does. And we've got Ben Sirens in P4. Just keeping an eye on that man there as well. And Dean Sinkovich and Troy Dooley trailing them. I think they've just gone into the pits, or they're exiting the pits now. Yeah, they are exiting the pits. Here's Troy Dooley, taking it nice and easy, making sure not to hit that outside wall, because it does happen, and it just ruins the car.
100%. They don't bounce back, do they? Well, cars don't bounce back when after they hit cement. Harry Dodds has just had a bit of an off here, guys.
Oh,
Not too bad
big
for
front
action.
left lockup and doesn't keep it out of the wall. I don't think the damage is going to be too substantial there because it is a double tire barrier. But it definitely might hinder his race. He's dropped a couple of positions because of it. Got back
Definitely,
underway.
If
Back
there's a
live.
wall you want to hit around here, it's one with tires on it. Definitely not those big cement walls. as we
Yes,
saw
the
earlier this
cement
year.
walls at the top will absolutely ruin you. Greg Barber back out on track. Looks like that car is nice and new. So he did have that fast repair, the one fast repair that these boys get. And you can see almost hitting 300 Ks down the straight. If we go to Matty Doust, we'll actually be able to see what it's like in the draft. We'll have to do that on the next lap. I reckon these cars will be hitting 300 in the draft.
Wow, that's insane, isn't it? Especially in these things on a big bank corner. You're going to have some pretty big cojones, I think.
Matt Doust having a little moment there. I think it may be a little bit of a lockup. He went very, very wide there.
Was he trying to avoid on the inside?
Didn't look like it because there's no one behind him, and he is a very far back now. Adam Hughes up into P4. He's got Dylan DeBono behind him, and I believe Tim Korn.
Wow, he's punching out some quick laps, isn't he? He's just done a 146.09, so that's basically exactly on par of what his own qualifying time was. So we'll see some faster laps from him now. He's in some clean air. For now, he's trying to shake. Who's he trying to shake behind him there? Dylan DeBono, sorry.
Yeah, Dylan DeBono is just behind him using that draft. Is Adam fuel saving? Well, Dylan's not, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. He's on the Porsche, isn't he?
I find this is one of the tracks that you can just fuel save even, and it really doesn't lose you lap time. Like, I remember I've driven the LMP2 is what I mainly raced around here, and fuel saving maybe lost me about half a tenth, so it's next to nothing that you lose around here, fuel saving.
And
I mean,
clutching in that early, as we saw before? Would you clutch in that early?
I was clutching in quite early. That's a little bump from Dylan DeBono. Just a little bit of bump draft towards the end. You can see he goes wide to try and maximize the exit through turn one, and he does so very, very well, keeping with Adam Hughes.
Keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, I was clutching quite early. I would clutch just as the numbers start on the right-hand side, so about at the 5, and then I'd be braking at just after the 2. It's about halfway between the 2 and the 1. There was a little like post, and I would brake at that. But I'm not too sure if that's still there because of the modifications that were done to the track.
I see. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes when they modify tracks, you're like, hang on, what did you do with my brake marker? You know?
It has happened a couple of times, and it's very annoying.
Yeah.
So there's Steven Sinkovic, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, getting out of the way.
This battle with Dylan DeBono and Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes on this massive charge. How much has he gained back?
Oh, Dylan trying to sneak in around the outside. Doesn't get it done. And he is really pushing, trying to get through. And because of Steven Sinkovic behind Dylan, they've actually been able to pull it gap. So Tim Korn out of the draft now because of Steven Sinkovic getting in the way.
Oh, wow. That's got to through some
Greg Barber.
Greg Barber in the green wheels.
So what's actually happened here is we've got a battle for 4th, along with a battle for 1st in the same little pack. So Tim Korn is chasing down Dylan DeBono for 1st in the amateur class, and Greg Barber is challenging Adam Hughes now to catch up. Oh, he's got Michael Whiting in front of him now, who's just come out the pits. That's Matt Doust, who's had an incident at turn 1. He's been very strong all week. Well, not all week, all night.
Thank you to GSL Welding Services.
Ooh, big lockup. Big lockup. Wasn't able to get on the brakes early enough, it looked like. So, kept it out the wall, though. So, unscathed. Maybe just a bit of tyre temperature. Flat spot. Haven't got flat spots on iRacing yet. Can't wait till it happens.
Yeah, that'll definitely make it a lot even more interesting in the races, especially for us in commentating as well. So,
yeah, won't be able to see any flat spots on the tyres, I suppose. But, you know, in the open wheel stuff like the Formula 3 and the Formula 3 and stuff, we'll be able to.
Oh yeah,
we'll be able to see
open
it.
wheelers, yeah. You'd probably be able to see the flat spot through on the
I would
the radicals as well.
I would love to see a Formula 1 series here on SRW. I'm not too sure how many of you guys at home would be interested in seeing that, but I think it would be incredible. As Adam Hughes lets Dylan De Bono go.
Oh,
he's got Michael Whiting behind him now, and he's just let Dylan go. I think he's going to use him for the draft, use him for the fuel saving, but I don't think there's much fuel saving to be done. There's 15 laps to go. And Michael Whiting pulls to the outside. This is going to be very close in turn one. Adam Hughes has got you.
Dropping back to his teammate, is he there? Just going to...
I think he might be.
Yeah.
Going to be working together as a team.
For these last 14 laps, it's a pretty smart move, to be honest. Jump on the back of these train of pretty smart fishy cars and Dylan De Bono and just... work with your teammate to try and push some more positions. So these boys will definitely be able to put a lot more pressure on. There'll be a wall of blue and green Porsches behind them.
Yeah, he definitely is going to be an intimidating sight for Dylan De Bono, as that was a car going wide. I think it was Tim Corn in the background who went a little wide.
Yeah, it was Tim Corn.
See, just rejoining there, it was Tim Corn. He dropped back.
Matty Doust having another bit of a moment. So Matty Doust, Harry Dodds just passing Matty Doust there. Making a very nice move. I think Matty Doust might have had a bit of a moment earlier. Dylan De Bono, what an impressive drive from this guy today. Wow, bloody amazing, mate. 4th overall, first in the AMs, and really battling with these guys very hard. So he's going to try and make this Porsche very wide, but I'm not sure once you've got those two teammates behind you and how quick they are. I'd be a bit worried. I don't know about you, Deno. It seems to okay. There's a little bit of a battle there. Both these teammates are going to be able to make a move on the inside here. Going to jump on this train on the inside of Dylan De Bono here. On the hunt of Michael Whiting. And Blake Delaney up in the front. Oh, Dylan De Bono.
So, Bono.
Oh, just having a bit of a moment, just keeping it away from those two teammates and those guys in the Poolmaster Bayside cars. He's very lucky they didn't take either of those guys with him, but he's managed to save it, but he's definitely lost a bit of a gap there. Greg Barber here with Adam Hughes now. These two teammates are helping each other out here. And somebody just go off track there on the side there also. That was Benjamin Siren, unfortunately.
Sorry, boys. Can you hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you again. We got Jake Edwards coming just out of the pits there. We got Benjamin Siren with a bit of a moment. He's
looks like he's hit the wall.
Up there. Yeah.
Looks like he's hit the wall because that car is absolutely munted.
It is munted, isn't it? And he's gone a long distance on that grass there. So who knows?
So the safety car has been called. There is another safety car here at Daytona.
He's just lifted up on 240. Oh. Yeah, let's see it.
And you know who this safety car is going to help? Jake Edwards, who's out in front.
Yep. And here we go. Blake Delaney with a beautiful drive so far. He's absolutely killing it today. So he's out in front in that Fishy Motorsports car at the moment. It looks like he's still got about a 2-second gap, but we do have a safety car coming out, guys. So this will definitely bunch up the field, and you'll have all the team spotters trying to make some alternative plans around things. And and rethink strategies. Maybe they're onto plan C or plan D by now. What do you reckon? Don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting safety car. I don't think anyone is actually going to pit, though. We've just missed the pit strategy, and I think that's going to be all that it is.
Great looking fishing motorsports car there of Michael Whiting. Great camera work there. We got Jeremy Bush and the Locked On Lads car as well in the in the number 45 car. So he's got the blue wheels in the 45 car. So keep an eye on the different colours of the wheels for the teams also, guys. So that might give us some better visual cues. Oh, and the 152 car here. That's quite a cool looking livery also. There's the big Australian flag on the roof, etc. Very cool, very cool. Nice one, Mick. Very nice looking. He's had a good race so far. He's up 4th position, so great race there from Mick. Oh, there's been a bit of action in the pit lane here. Did he just repair that car and just ruin it again straight away in the pit? Hopefully not.
We've also got Pete Dogs. Big shout out to you, Pete, in the chat.
Very nice. So we'll see how this definitely changes this race now. We've got the safety car out, so interesting to see how people tackle this last 12 laps of the race. So we'll probably see one more lap on the safety car, you reckon? Well, hopefully we'll only see one more lap on the safety car and everyone gets out racing with it. Yeah. And big shout out and big thank you to the promo department. Much love, legends, and thank you very much, DSL Welding Services, for your sponsorship and all your support.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was connected or not. Yes, big thank you to those guys. We can see the promo department safety car out in the lead. It's driven by Peter Baxter.
He's had a lot of opportunity to. He must be very at home in that McLaren now. He's spent a bit of time in that safety car this season. So
Get rid of what?
So Peter Baxter here. Just keeping the pace, just keeping the safety car out there while they sort out our earlier issues, etc.
So the safety car will be in after this lap.
Cool.
And we should be back racing. So it'll be a 10 lap sprint.
They'll be pushing hard. These guys, these fishy boys will want to try and open up a gap very, very quickly.
Yeah, they certainly will. This is going to benefit those crisscross boys who dropped down the order. We got Jake Edwards in 3rd at the moment, but you can see there's Jeremy Bush, Tim Cornt, and Dylan DeBono in front. 2 locked-on lads and a Dylan DeBono. I don't know which team he races for. Sorry, Dylan.
Velocity? Is it? Yeah, team? Oh, I'm not sure. Ignore me. Blake Delaney with the fishy boys. So, oh, that's a great shot. That's cool.
Yeah, a bit of camera effects as they come into focus.
It's like the whole field. We got Mick Wilson coming around the corner here. Blake Delaney doesn't look like there's a scratch on that thing. I don't think he's put a foot wrong all race by the look of that.
Yeah, him and Michael Whiting have been pretty perfect all race. Is Jake Edwards and Adam Hughes, or are they going to be able to get through?
Be interesting. Just all depends on this restart, doesn't it? So the safety car will be coming in soon, guys, and we shall be back into the action.
is my question. Backmarker class changes.
That's a great shot there. The left rear side of that suspension.
You can see them weaving around in the background, trying to get some heat into those tyres.
Trying to keep some heat in it as well.
Yeah, Blake Delaney is going to slow them up now onto the banking. And they're going to get ready to go green here. Adam Hughes and Jake Edwards are going to be wanting those three boys in front to get as close as possible to try and get alongside.
And try and use this train to their advantage. And I think these Chris Price boys here with this train and restart, all those three boys together there, I think they'll be able to push this train pretty hard, but don't never discount these fishy boys. These boys are very skilled around here, and I'm sure both of these guys have done quite a few 24 hours around here of Daytona, these two fishy boys, so that might be the secret there. The difference between the guys that have done 24 hours around here, the 24-hour race around here, and those that haven't, I think, might be the difference in pace, maybe.
Say again, sorry, Toddy, what was that?
I was saying it might be the difference in pace here with some of these guys. Some of these guys were talking about doing the Daytona 24 hours, and being able to do that might be the difference in pace.
Speed, Adam Hughes is already making a move up the inside. Sorry to interrupt. They're trying to split the locked-on boys. Adam Hughes goes through. Jake Edwards didn't get the best of starts. I think Jake Edwards let him go. Greg Barber trying to get through as well. This is a crazy restart. Harry Dodds trying to make a move around the outside of Mitch Campbell. Mitch Campbell goes up the inside, makes a bit of contact with his team. Harry Dodds slides up the inside, 2 positions. Thank you very much. He's got George in front of him, Jeremy Bush. That shouldn't be too much work for Harry Dodds. Harry Dodds has got to catch up to Matty Doust in front of him. He's got 2 seconds to gain. Easy move up the inside of George Minus. George Minus opens the door for him and says, come on in. This is crazy on a restart. There's 3 crisscross esports cars in a row up the front. So Jake Edwards, Barbara and Adam Hughes are all together. Dylan DeBono up the front as well. He's got a 6/10 gap to Tim Court, who is dropping back and fast.
We got Matty Douse with a bit of a moment there, just in the background as well, just on a side note.
Here goes Adam Hughes up the inside. This is into the bus stop chicane. He's got to get it done here. He does get it done here. Little bit compromised onto the straight. Comes across the line, and he is just going to be out of the draft of Michael Whiting, but he should be in the draft of Dylan DeBono, sorry.
When Adam Hughes with that absolute launch out of the bus stop chicane. Beautiful exit there for him. These two working together, Michael Whiting and Blake Delaney. Michael Whiting going up to the high side. Blake Delaney slotting in the toe. Maybe just use that to his advantage and guard these guys and put his elbows out a bit to try and stop Dylan DeBono from making any moves or thinking any fast moves, I suppose. Okay, so we have with Troy Dooley now. We have Troy Dooley in a battle here with Dino Sinkovic here. These guys are having a great little battle, and always as we see Greg Leake. Oh, Greg Leake with the lockup, hit the grass on the inside, and he's taking out Troy Dooley in the process. As he's taking out one of the Sinkovic boys, as he's taking out Dino in the process also. Here we are with the TSL action replay.
So here it is, Greg Leake up the inside, and just missed that braking point. He tried to avoid everyone, and just unfortunately collected Troy Dooley in the attempt to avoid. Should have gone left, because what would have happened is Troy would have been able to get through, and Dean would have been able to avoid him. So here's Dylan DeBono. Adam Hughes just breaking the toe, trying to show him that he can make the move. This is now a very close battle. We've got just under 10 laps to go. There's still a lot left to go in this race.
There is. We'll see these crisscross boys. I definitely think these crisscross boys will catch these fishy boys, and then it's all on for young and old, I think. It's getting exciting, mate. We've seen a few safety cars
It's getting very exciting. Here is, there's a move actually going in front. You can see it now on your screens. Dylan DeBono is watching Michael Whiting and Blake Delaney. I think that's a swap that's happened, but here comes around the outside. Adam Hughes going for it. Dylan DeBono locks up, and Adam Hughes, does he get the move done? They're going to be side by side through turn number 2. Adam Hughes on the outside going into the International Horseshoe. Does he get the move done? Dylan DeBono able to defend.
Oh, and he gets the over-under. I think he's going to make this stick, mate.
It's not done yet. Adam Hughes is right on that bumper at Dylan DeBono, but you can see they're starting to drop back just a little bit. He can't afford to have this battle go on too long. Adam has got to make the move done sooner rather than later, and he's got to get around Dylan DeBono.
Otherwise, he starts to hold up his teammates, as you can see, because he's holding up his teammates a little bit now, and Tim Cornt's jumped on the back of this pack as well. So that means Kyle Zink's his teammate's not going to be too far away from him either. So, you know, it's all on for young and old now.
Here is the draft from Adam Hughes. He's got the cars behind him as well, pushing him along. Here he goes to the outside. Is this going to be the time that Adam Hughes gets it done? He don't think he will have it done because he is on the outside. It's very hard to make him move around the outside into the bus stop chicane, but he is going to have the exit speed. They've got to stay within that gap to the leaders if they want anything to do with the race win.
100% locked on, lads. Right there, just sitting there, just absolutely owning it right there. Just sitting on the back there. Tim Cornt just having the smart drive at the back there. How we go with Harry Dodds? He's going to be able to make this move. It does look like
he will. Is he going to pull to the inside? He probably should, but he stays behind. I think he might be fuel saving a little bit. There is a little bit left. There we go. Adam Hughes into turn 1 finally gets the move done. He is now attacking Michael Whiting. He's going to pull outside, and Michael Whiting, that's great defensive driving. Dylan DeBono has to kind of slam on the brakes to avoid Adam Hughes. And now there is Greg Barber and Jake Edwards attacking Dylan DeBono.
Oh, it's all on. This team's coming together now. They're getting their groove on. And they're going to really start putting the pressure on. I think the Fishy boys are starting to feel the pressure a little bit.
So you can see Adam keeps going wide into each corner. That's to try and get a better exit. You go wider into the corner, cut back, and you get just a little bit more speed. And that speed can get you the overtake.
Very nice, especially that combined with the draft. He might have this, but I'm sure Michael Whiting is definitely not going to make it easy for him.
No, he certainly won't, as Michael Whiting is currently P3 in the Drivers' Championship. And we will see if Adam Hughes is going to cut to the inside. He shows him the door and just comes back into line. So Adam Hughes is keeping them on their toes in this back end of this race. There is not long left. We are almost halfway through this little 10-lap sprint after the safety car. Can Adam get the move done on Michael Whiting? He's going to be going for it. He's on the outside. We just saw it. Here it is. He's on the outside with Michael Whiting. Is he going to be able to get the move done? Blake Delaney's going slow on the inside. Is this tactics here, Tony? Is this
it definitely must be tactics. He's trying to make that thing as wide as he can. Slow it down. Take up that inside line and not let him around on the outside. So then Michael Whiting can still keep his nose in there on the inside. Very smart.
Side by side again through turn 2 and into the International Horseshoe, turn 3. Michael Whiting just braking a little bit later, and because Adam is on the tight inside line, he has to get on the power later. So Michael Whiting able to defend, and Blake Delaney has extended that gap just a little bit. But Adam Hughes has to get this move done, I think.
Oh, he needs to break those Fishy boys up. If he can break those Fishy boys up, he's in a chance to pick off Blake Delaney. But we've got some Peter Morris in the chat saying, Delaney for the win. So we got a Delaney fan out there, Peter Morris, Delaney fan, so much love.
Yeah, we've got a lot of chaos going on here at Daytona. And Daytona is one of my favorite tracks because it always provides action, and it is providing action for us right now. So Greg Barber is having a look at Dylan DeBono, and back of the pack here is Mitch Campbell going for
Harry Dodds there.
Yeah, Harry Dodds recently got the move done, but this is the power of the draft. So this is why I was saying that Blake Delaney might let Adam Hughes take the lead, because if he can stay within the draft, he'll have it on the end, at the end of the race. But Adam Hughes has dropped back a massive amount. Dylan DeBono is going to cut to the outside, and he might have a move here. So this is going to be very interesting. Why has Adam Hughes dropped so far back?
Is he clipped something, or maybe? We didn't see much though. Doesn't seem to.
Ooh, Greg Barber just went wide there. The 22, you saw it in the background. Jake Edwards was able to sneak through. A little bit of a swap there from the crisscross drivers.
I'm sure they won't be too unhappy with that. They just have a quick swap and keep on moving. They're still But Tim Court with a great drive behind him, just stepping on the back of him. He's had a great drive from the locked-on lads.
Well, here we can see Blake Delaney and Michael Whiting have actually swapped positions as well, and I think that's very much so tactical, as Adam Hughes gets right up the back. He's caught up that little gap that he lost, and I think this is very tactical, because if Blake is in that draft, he's got the overspeed, the same as Adam has, so he'll be able to get it done if it comes down to the final lap.
Very interesting to see how these guys actually do work together, and how he saw those very subtle moves there the last lap, but very good defense from those two, the Fisher boys.
Yeah, here's Greg Barber on the back of Jake Edwards, and just following each other through the bus stop chicane.
Oh, I'm very impressed with Tim Gaunt's had a great drive tonight. He's still sticking with these guys. He's not letting them go. Looks like there's a tow rope attached to the back of him at the moment.
Well, here's Adam Hughes going for it around the outside of Blake Delaney. Any form of contact here will be the end for both of these drivers. They are side by side down the main straight. Michael Whiting is slim pickings here because of the draft. Adam Hughes and Blake Delaney side by side. Who's going to come out on top? Adam is able to get just that little bit more late braking, but goes wide and catches a little bit of tyre degradation on the outside. There is a little bit of rubber there, and it can ruin your turn in, as Dylan DeBono makes a little bit of contact with Jake Edwards there in the background.
Bit of rubbing. There's a bit of race rubbing, I think, there. I'm not sure who was at fault there or anybody was, but I'm glad that nobody got too hurt out of that.
Mitch Campbell is getting overtaken by Matt Doust. A little bit of contact there, a little bit of rubbing between the two. Mitch Campbell's still there on the inside.
Oh, he's going to be able to make this happen too. Look at that. Come on. Oh,
there it is, Matt Doust. Is he going to be able to get the car stopped?
Oh, no.
There it is. That's that little bit of contact. The front end of Mitch Campbell is now ruined, and that is the number 45 of Jeremy Bush, who also got involved in that. So that's how easily it can go wrong, and especially when you're going almost 300 k's an hour like Blake Delaney and Adam Hughes are.
Absolutely flying through here. He's getting some amazing speeds in these Porsches like we've never seen before, with these very long straights and bank corners. Oh, Hughesy again on Blake Delaney.
He's going side by side. He's going for it. He wants that championship lead. Down through turn number 12. Does he get it done? They're going to be still side by side. They are neck and neck down the street. Adam is going to go for it around the outside once again, but Blake covers him off. Does he squeeze through on the inside? Adam Hughes!
Oh, Adam Hughes, what a move.
God, son, that is a beautiful move. He drew Blake to the outside because of that previous lap. Blake went to the outside to cover him off, and Adam said, thank you very much, open the door, and I will squeeze through. And now Adam Hughes is right on the back of Michael Whiting, ready to make that move.
And these guys, the other two crisscross boys, putting some serious pressure on Dylan DeBono right now too.
Jake Edwards contact Dylan DeBono, and he's been spun around. He's going to try and get that car turned around. He's got a gap. He should be able to get that car back on track without losing too many positions. but that is going to spell heartbreak for Jake. I think that's going to be, he won't be able to catch up just because of how the draft works here at Daytona. But here's Adam Hughes on the banking. This is just before the bus stop chicane. He is side by side with Michael Whiting. I think Michael's letting him have the position. They're going to be side by side. He's still on that left corner, and Adam Hughes is through into your race lead. Michael Whiting, though, squeezes up the inside. Little bit of contact. Adam Hughes around.
Oh, wow. That's huge. That was for the lead.
That is
two leading cars.
Very big incident here in the closing stages of this race at Daytona. Wow.
Not your safety car for the last 5 laps, guys. So race is on, guys.
That is what I said can happen, Toddy. You blink and your race is almost over. So just had a little bit of draft speed. And I think, yeah, there it is, the contact into the turn. That's Michael Whiting not leaving enough room at all. He could have been a lot further to the left than he was there. So I think Adam will definitely be taking that one to the stewards, and we certainly could see a penalty being handed out for Michael Whiting there. But Greg Barber is up into the lead for Crisscross Racing. So we've still got the Crisscross car leading over the Fishy, and I think Michael Whiting is down in P3 now. So P3 in class. Overall, we've got Dylan DeBono there, and Greg Barber going very wide and cutting back. You can see he'll get a better exit through the corner. This is wild racing.
Very, 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 very patient. He's up into the 4th position, up 7 positions, his original starting positions. But as we've seen, he's been punching out some pretty consistent 46s the last, pretty good 46s consistently. And it's definitely paid off for him. Being patient tonight. He's my pick for driver of the day.
Yeah.
Wow. That was we're all reeling still from that incident. So, wow. Just in the dying stages. Whoever knew it? Whoever thunk it, eh?
That is just how quickly it can change when you are racing. Is Adam Hughes going to be able to make any more overtakes and get back into a couple more positions and decrease the damage that has been made on that championship hunt? We are going to have to wait and see. This is the view from Matty Doust getting right up the back of that car of Mitch Campbell. Is he able to make the move? He cuts to the inside, and that should be move done.
Oh, beautiful move there. On the underside of the banking there. Beautiful move. Oh, is he going to be able to make it stick here? On the inside, through the end here. Oh. What sort of action we're going to see for this last lap? Oh,
you can see there's a little bit of damage with Mitch Campbell's car from the contact with Matthew Doust. And Matt Doust makes a lovely move around the outside to get that done.
Oh, he's been very, very, it's been a mixed race from everybody. I'm just still reeling for what's just happened, guys. I apologise. I'm a little bit speechless for once. Wow.
So, 5 laps to go yet. No further safety car, so still request to tow required, but there will be no safety car, of course. So, leading them away is Greg Barber, who we can see the back of right now. We can see the front of Mr. Blake Delaney and Dylan DeBono as well. You can see Greg just weaving a little bit, trying to break that draft into the bus stop chicane. Because if Blake gets a good run off the bus stop, he can pull this win out from Greg's hands.
Yeah, and they always talk about that with Daytona 500 when they have a... I think they say it's best to be in 2nd or 3rd position because you can get that slingshot. And if you time it right...
Here is the slingshot. He's going for it. He is going for it.
Oh,
does he get it for the line? He does get it before. That is the race victory for Blake Delaney. So, was it... Oh, it goes wide!
Oh, no, on our last lap.
Dylan DeBono squeezes through into P2 for overall. This is an incredible drive from the amateur driver. There was no contact there. That was purely a mistake from Blake Delaney. And if he can't get this move done on Dylan DeBono before the back end of this track, I think this is the win for Greg Barber.
Wow, mate, this is impressive. What a drive from Dylan DeBono today. Absolutely incredible. Blake Delaney having that little bit of a wide out in turn 1 there on our last lap. I'll hand back to you, Dano, for the excitement for our last lap, right?
Well, here's Blake Delaney trying to get that better exit through in and out. Turn 6, unable to get it done. You can see he goes just that little bit wider onto the banking. I don't think he'll have the draft to catch up to Greg Barber. He's only 5/10ths back. There's blinking there from Dylan DeBono. He's got a couple of connection issues. Greg Barber weaving along the track. Dylan DeBono right on the back of him. Could we see a bit of contact maybe? No, they get through it nice and clean. Greg Barber, does he get the exit he needs? It looks like Dylan got just a little bit better. Is Dylan going to be able to take a race win in the amateur? It's going to be an absolute push to the line. We are going to be seeing a very close battle. Here it is. Goes to the wall. And that's his race over. Blake Delaney is behind him. I don't think he's got the gap. Greg Barber is your race winner here at round 5 at Daytona. Wow. What a race. Tim Corn takes the win for the amateurs. That is going to be... There could be penalties here handed out everywhere.
I think so, like candy, mate. It's going to be very interesting to see what happened there. It seemed like he's gone underneath the yellow line. We were always told not to go under the yellow line around here.
You can on the last lap. Usually on the last lap, if you go on the yellow line, that's usually okay. Because, you know, last lap, you're not really... You're trying to make a move, but... It doesn't really help too much. Whereas, you know, if you're on the apron before then, you know, you're getting a little bit more of an advantage to turn 1. This is more a race to the line. So I think that's sort of how it works. But wow, what a finish. What a race.
That was crazy. It's Dylan DeBono's with Momentum Sim Sport. Yeah, I missed that. So we're going to do DSL Welding Services action replay here, guys. With this,
so you can see, yeah, he went to the inside, and I think Greg just tried to cover him off, and that was such big contact, and he hit the wall and flipped a couple of times. So
that's huge. Blake Delaney definitely profited back from that, but he'll be kicking himself quite a bit. I think Blake Delaney on that bit of a mistake. On turn 1 on our last lap, turn 1.
Yeah, so Blake Delaney will get in, but I've just heard over from race control that there is going to be a couple of penalties that are going to be sorted out post-race. So we're not too sure what's going on
next week
there.
To see, well, soon we might have to have a bit, wait for race control until they've made their decisions. I don't envy their position right now. It would be a very hard one to judge with all those incidents, especially towards the end of that, you know, in that last sort of 10 laps. There's a lot of incidents, so we'll see what their decisions are, and we'll leave it with the race control gods, I suppose.
Well, just race control, I think. Also going to grab... who came third in the amateur class as well. So we'll get both podiums here in the comms box. We'll just see how it goes. We'll just wait for them to come on in. We'll see who comes in. Shibby. So yeah, that's the only thing is that Shibby's saying, our producer, that we might not actually have the same podium. So there could be a penalty for Michael Whiting, our third place for the pros. There could also actually be a penalty for Greg Barber as well. So I think there is a little bit still going on with the podium. So we'll see what happens here as Blake Delaney is doing donuts in the pit lane. Some nice burnouts as well. To finish off, I think he might have... I think he thinks he's got race win here, because he didn't actually get involved with anything, so could be. Yeah, certainly did. So Tim Cornt took out the win in amateur, as you can see on your screens. Dylan DeBono, Mitch Campbell, Dean Sinkovich, Troy Dooley, Jeremy Bush, Steven Sinkovich, George Minus, Greg Leake, Ben Siren, down in P10. Looks like he was plus 14 laps, so it looks like he may have disconnected. And Callan Hodgkinson as well. We saw Ben Siren actually have that massive incident, so he may not have done as much practice as he wanted to. And
Might
we
not be
will
a favourite of his also, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know how you can't like this track. It's got such a good flow to it.
Yeah, it is quite rolly and quite nice. It is very fun. It's a good one to kind of learn the banked corners and the bank track and that sort of stuff, and sort of quite a flat track as well on the non-banked corners anyway.
Well, we've got Dylan DeBono and Greg Barber in here. I'll get them both in. Greg, firstly, I'm going to say congratulations on the win, but I have come to hear that that might not be the case. Is there a little bit still going on with the race wins?
I haven't been told anything, but I was having trouble hearing race control in the race, so probably Dylan can answer that one. I don't know what investigations are happening.
Feel free to jump in, Dylan.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard anything either. I just walked away from the computer.
I know. Now, I've brought you two in, and I know there might be a little bit of heat coming, because you two did have that little bit of contact on the final lap there. Did you just not see him, Greg?
No, honestly, I didn't. I don't know. I was kind of half a car width off the apron, and I probably did jink down to the line a little bit, but yeah, I didn't expect him to be there, sort of half on the apron, half on the track. So yeah, I'll leave it up to the boys to decide, I think.
Well, it was a good race so far. You didn't have the best start, but you managed to bring it home in the end. How was your race night?
Yeah, so the start, my clutch actually failed, and I had to get a second dip of it to get going. And then, yeah, it was kind of chaos behind me, so I apologise for that. Technical failure, I think you'd have to call that. Then it was just a matter of trying to make my way through the field. There was a big fuel save problem for this race, but once I was back in the pack a little bit, that sort of went out the window, and I was concentrating on getting back up to the front.
Yeah, it looks like you were able to carve your way through the field. I mean, getting back up into first place, obviously not the easiest feat to do, but rocking the number 22, love it. It's my car number as well, if you didn't know. You had a good fight with Blake as well. You were able to pass him, and there was obviously that incident with Adam Hughes as well. So we've got Blake in here as well. I've just moved Dylan out. We've got the whole amateur podium ready to come in afterwards. But I did want to quickly mention, Greg, you've got the new Crisscross livery on. Is that a new partnership between Poolmaster and Crisscross Racing?
Yeah, more or less. I'll be flying the Crisscross flag for the rest of the Porsche season, and we're doing a bit of a run in the Le Mans race coming up as well. So that'll be a bit of fun. Yeah, the Poolmaster Smoke Studio car was number 22 was awesome. So a bit of practice earlier in the night with the boys, just sorting out what the draft was worth and everything, and then it was just a matter of trying to get the head down, and a bit of luck from a couple of safety cars. Fortunate that Blake and Michael up the front were saving fuel pretty heavily, and it allowed me to sort of get back up to them.
Yeah, so was the draft as powerful as it looked? Because it looked incredibly strong.
Yeah, once you were within sort of 1.3 seconds of the car in front, you could pretty much be guaranteed that you'd be back on their bumper by the start-finish line. So, yeah, it was. It was the biggest use for it rather than passing, was being able to just save fuel behind someone.
Yeah, it looked like there was a lot of fuel saving going on. I know, Blake, you did a bunch of fuel saving in this race. Tell us about your race, mate.
Yeah, we did a lot of fuel saving in the first stint. We were good to go till the end. After we stopped, had about 7 or 8 litres in hand. Luckily, we had a safety car at the start of the race, so it made it even easier to get to the end on a one stop. But safety car came at the end there, which didn't really help us at all. We probably had the race by about 20 or 30 seconds, I think, before that. But having safety car come out at the wrong time always spices it up. It's good for the broadcast, not great for the races out in front.
Incredible for the broadcast, mate. It was awesome. That last 10 laps was action-packed right to the end.
Yeah, it was unlucky. Mike obviously is one of the cleanest races out there, and he got together with Adam, unfortunately, and both of them. Old Mike went and said sorry straight after the race, but pretty upsetting to not end up with a 1-2. We got sort of slowed up through the bus stop because of the incident, and that unfortunately let Greg by, but couldn't get past him again.
Well, I've just been informed that Michael Whiting got a 30-second post-race penalty, and so I think that's going to have brought Jake Edwards actually into P3, so he's going to be dropping right down the order because of that, and I think that was because of the contact with Adam.
I think that's the reason why Mike didn't come in to the studio tonight. Yep.
So I'll see if I can get Jake in. But I mean, good race from both of you. I mean, you guys were really dominating out there. So you said the safety car didn't help you. What happened towards the
end? Yep. That's okay. So I think Michael went a little bit long into the bus stop, saw the lock lights, and that was when Adam was turning in. That was the end of that, and then obviously we had to slow down a little bit just to miss all the people coming back onto the track, or 2 cars coming back on the track, and Greg got a good run coming through, and then we couldn't get back past. Got him into turn 1, but then locked it on the down change from 3rd to 2nd, and that was the end of it.
Wow, it's awesome to hear from the actual drivers, because when we were watching a broadcast, like, ooh, what's happened here, what's happened there, and there's so much action going on. It was pretty flooring to see that whole.
Yeah, you and Mike towards the end,
crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure which part you're talking about, Toddy. I got up the inside of Greg again. I think it was turn 2, wasn't it, Greg? And then I think I gave you a bit of a tap mid-corner, so I just lifted and let you go back through again.
It looked like, Blake, that you went a little bit wide into turn 1, which I think it allowed Adam to get through, but it was chaos. I mean, you were just behind Michael. Adam went to the outside. You tried to cover him off, and Adam snuck through on the inside. Were you expecting him to do that?
Oh, yeah, he was coming up pretty hard. I mean, that draft is awesome. I had a little bit of damage on the right-hand side. I clipped the wall coming out of the pits in the pit stop. So probably lost a little bit of straight line, but yeah, Adam was flying. Obviously, the safety car helped. I don't know whether he picked up tyres, Greg. You might be able to tell him.
No, he didn't. No, none of us did.
Yeah, done well at the end there.
Okay, well, I'll give it back to you, Greg. I don't think I've got any more questions for them. Toddy, anything from you?
No, it's just a lot of unpicking to do, I think, of the whole race. It's pretty crazy into it, so it'd be good to rewatch it back and see it all from the same angles again, and maybe a few different ones as well.
I think it's time for you boys to go have a beer, but first we'll get you, Greg, our race winner. We'll get you to shout out the sponsors for the Crisscross Poolmaster Smoke Studio. I don't know what it's called now.
You've just done it all for me, mate. Crisscross Racing, Poolmaster car, it's a new livery, Smoke Studio also on there. A couple of others that are escaping me. Oh yeah, Dune Designs, who designed our liveries for us. This is a great one. All the boys are really happy with it. There's a little iteration of it coming up for the next race. I think we've got another sponsor to go on there. So thanks to all the boys for the help tonight, and it was good teamwork out there from us guys. We were pretty much working together the whole way, and I think that's what it's going to take to knock these fishy guys off.
And Blake, we'll hand it over to you. You can give a little bit of a response to that one, and also shout out your sponsors for Fishy as well.
No, it was good racing. All really respectful. That's the whole thing. If you've got respectful driving out there, then it doesn't matter really who wins. It's just a lot of fun driving around, especially when it's close racing and there's a lot of passing and slipstreaming. If there's a fuel save race on, it always adds a little bit more complexity. So that's what we want in racing, not just a flat out sprint for no reason to the end. You don't get a lot of passing in that type of racing, and this is what brings a lot of excitement. But it's good to see, good to hear the Crisscross boys are doing the Le Mans 24 hour. I assume it's the majors. We're doing the same thing in the P1. So shout out to everyone.
Luck.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone who wants to
I wish I could be running it. I so wish I could be running it in an LMP2.
Yeah, next Saturday. So make sure you jump on the stream and have a look, because that'll be pretty exciting. We're hoping to try and make top split. But yeah, should be awesome. Thanks.
Is that qualifying based?
Yeah, mate. Yep. So qualifying.
So you got to qualify high to get into top split.
Yep. So qualifying starts on Saturday and runs. I think every 3 hours they run a new session, and you can run. It's a 4 lap sprint every session you want for basically a week leading up to the race.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, good luck for that one.
Yep.
Certainly
quick shout out.
Boys in top split. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, quick shout out to the sponsors. Thanks to all the Fishy boys, obviously. West End Motor Group, Parramatta Peugeot Professional, Parramatta City Great Wall, West End Mazda Parramatta, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, Relax Marine and Game Fishing, DC Shades, Black Wolf Graphics, and the guy that puts all the setups together, Precision Sim Training, Josh Thomas.
Can I just give a shout out on the end there to Michaela, Jamie and Tiana, who are sitting out watching live in the lounge room, and they're a bit disappointed I didn't mention it. Thanks for that.
Thanks, guys. Good racing tonight, guys. Yeah, so we would like to give, we can't seem to get Jake Edwards in, so big shout out to you, mate, for the P3 in the end. He had a really good race. Just a couple of unlucky moments that dropped him a bit down the order. He was probably on for a win as well if he hadn't had a couple of incidents. So a big congratulations to Jake Edwards, not able to be with us at the moment. But we'll get in our... I've dragged the wrong person out. We'll get in our amateur podium, unfortunately without Dylan DeBono, but Toddy, take it away. Toddy?
Oh, apologies. That was, technical difficulty there, sorry. We'll hand first to Tim Corn. What a race, mate. You got a bit of a Bradbury there at the end, but you were super consistent. You were punching out really awesome 47s, and then you slotted into the 46s, and you just kept it there. Very impressive drive from you tonight. Mate, you were just very consistent. How'd you find it?
Yeah, it was good, guys. Enjoyable race, a lot of strategy. The pace car obviously made a big difference there and created a bit of fun at the end there. But I wasn't sure how much fuel I was going to have there at the end, and rolled over the line basically about to sputter. So worked out perfectly. But look, there was a bit of action happening in front of me, and I was happy to sit back a little bit and just save that gas, and hopefully someone makes a mess of it, and I can gain a couple of spots, which ended up happening.
Yeah, it was good because you just sat on the back of those guys, especially with those. There was a couple of teammates in front of you. You just like, okay, I'll just jump on the back of this battle and be smart about it. So you were very patient. It was great to see, man.
Yeah, look, no doubt they were quicker than me. I wouldn't even argue that they were quicker, but I think with that draft, it just made that a little bit easier for me to stick with them, and then just saving fuel in the right places was, allowed me to get to the end.
And were you doing the long clutch in for the bus stop?
Yeah.
Through there as well, yeah. We saw that.
Yeah. Turn one and the bus stop.
Yeah, we've seen that quite a bit, and a lot of you guys are actually clutching in a lot earlier than I thought you would be, but you definitely manage your fuel very well. Who would you like to shout out tonight, mate?
Just one sponsor who we've got, Brewster.coffee, so check out their website. Ash runs that, one of our Locked On races, and he does a fantastic job and has a bit of success with that website. And obviously the Locked On Lads team, check out our Discord and join us if you want to have a chat about anything you need to.
Awesome. Very good. Awesome tonight. We'll hand over to Mitch. Mitch, great race tonight, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Really enjoyed it. The start was a bit hairy. The boys from our team got caught in it, so they had a bit of aero through the race. But yeah, it was good just to stick with them, and yeah, it was fun.
I did see you had the least amount of damage, and we did see a bit of teamwork between you and Kyle there. And you're like, oh, he's a bit damaged, and we saw you sort of Kyle just slot back behind you, and we thought that might have been a bit of team tactics, just to help
Yeah.
him get with that
Yeah, well,
aero
we-
damage you were saying.
Yeah, we figured when we were like going up those long straights, getting a tow, Kyle was about 5K slower or so. So
Really?
the
Is it
boys in
that
front
big
were
difference? Wow.
pulling away a bit. Yeah, so every time he didn't have someone in front, it would fall back. So he just sat behind me, which worked for a while until I had a moment.
Yeah,
But
but it seemed like a bit of a race of moments. We had a few safety cars and all the rest of it. How did you find it bunching up with the safety cars and all the rest of it? Was there a bit of team spotters and team action just going, hang on, where's plan B? And you guys would have had to have a plan D, even a plan E maybe tonight.
Yeah, well, Ben actually caused the second one because he had all of his equipment stopped working, so he couldn't drive, couldn't steer, couldn't do anything. So that's why he had to tow. So he actually caused the second one, and then yeah, we're just trying to figure out what we need to do and how to manage it for the second pit stop. So me and Kyle both changed tires, and we thought we'd just try something different, and yeah.
Very well done, mate. Very well done. Who would you like to shout out tonight, mate?
Just to the team, 95 Sim Sport, both the boys in the league, they help a lot and do the setups and everything like that, so it's much appreciated. Racecraft Simulations, RSW Graphics for our awesome liveries, Racing Ears, custom ears protection, and Cutting Edge Tracks.
Very awesome. It was very exciting to see this race tonight. Sometimes what is really awesome for broadcasters is it was so good for the guys on track, but you did very well tonight, so you should be very, very proud. And that said, I'll segue back into Dano and much love, guys.
Thank you very much, Toddy. Yeah, that will bring us to the end of our broadcast this evening. It has been certainly a good race. I just wanted to say Dylan DeBono races for Velocity. That's for our future notice, and a big congratulations to him.
Momentum Sim Sport.
I've just been told Velocity.
Okay, Velocity. Okay, cool.
But yeah, big thank you to everyone at home that has tuned in tonight. I know I managed to get one of my mates to tune in, so big shout out to you, BJ, if you're still watching. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. And thank you to everyone that did tune in at home. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, chuck us a follow on Facebook so you guys do not miss any of our broadcasts. Tomorrow night, we have the Rallycross at Iowa. That is, of course, our open series. So if you guys do want to get involved here on SRW, you certainly can join us. Just make sure to join our Discord. I believe the links are all in the description. And you can join us here on SRW. On a massive shout out to our sponsors, DSL Loading, Dragonrc, and Promo Dept. And yeah, that will pretty much do us for this evening. Toddy, have you got anything to add, mate?
No, just as I always say, much love and keep safe, legends.
Thank you guys for tuning in once again, and a big thank you from all of us here at SRW TV for tuning in at home. We will see you tomorrow and, of course, on Sunday for our Super 1 and Super 2 Super Show, and we will see you then. Good night, legends. Have a good one.